welcome to this video. We are going to be going through and sorting out and preparing my reading lists and doing some work on reading the books on my reading list. So I hope you enjoy preparing your reading lists with me. So I've actually just been sent all the module study guides and reading lists for my third year of uni, and one of the things on my list was to sort through my reading list and decide what to do about that and stuff like that. So I've been through all the reading lists for each module. I now know what my modules are. So I've been through them all, and each one has a list of essential reading and recommended reading. So there's about 4 to 6 books for each module. So that's quite a lot of books to be reading. So what I've done is gone through and written down the ones that are essential. These aren't our official reading list, by the way. I just asked my course leader to send me the module study guides and reading lists from last year because they're not finalised for this year yet, but they'll be 95% mostly similar, and I don't think they really change the reading lists that often, especially for us. So I've got 14 books written down at the moment, and I've only got about a month until uni starts, maybe a bit more. But looking at this, I've read one of them, so that's good. And this one I own, actually, so that's good. But anyway, it's got one book it's suggesting is The Director's Craft, and it suggested that for 2 of the modules, and I'm pretty sure I have this book. So I've labelled that yellow because I own this book, so I'm probably actually going to read this one first. I've had to organise it into the sort of order I'll be doing these things, so the books I really want to worry about first are probably the books for my advanced musical production, because that is probably the first thing I'm going to be doing. And the 2 books suggested for my advanced musical production are Active Musicianship by Jeremy Harrison, which I've actually read, and this one, The Director's Craft by Katie Mitchell. So I think I'm actually going to start with this book then, and possibly maybe have a skim through the Active Musicianship book again because it's important. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to message some of the third years. Well, then I'm third year now. Oh, that's scary. Message some of last year's third years and ask for any tips they have for preparing. We've had chats with them before, but I've got some specific questions that I want to ask. And I've also just re-enrolled for third year, so it's actually official. Scary. But I thought I'd just update you and show you my reading list. So I'm going to show you this here. So I'm using Trello, which is just a list organisation thing. So I've got different books here. And then I'm going to go onto the UWL library and see if I can find all these books online and then save them. So I've got them all ready to read later. I do much prefer reading real books rather than online ones. Obviously I can't get to the library at the moment, so I'm just going to have to deal with that. Different every night. Not reservable. Loan type ebook. Click to view. And there we go. So I've got one of the books online then already. So what I'm going to do now is go through this list and make sure each one is in the uni library, because if it's not, then I'm going to have to email and request that. So let's get going with trying to find out if all these books are available. Okay, so I've been through all of the books and basically I've colour coded. Green for I've read, which is one of them. Yellow for I've got the book, this. Blue for it's available in the library and on the online library. Orange for it's available in the library but not available online, so I can't read them from home. I need to take them out of the library or email and ask them to put it online, which I can do. And then red, because there's 2 that aren't in the library, it seems. So yeah, I think the plan is to read this one first, and then I think I'm going to put these in order of how important I think the reading is, so I can start getting on with my reading basically. And I'm also waiting for our John Smith's voucher to come through, because at the beginning of the year we get an £100 voucher for John Smith's like shop, and I usually spend all of mine on books, so I'm thinking some of the books I am actually going to buy, but I don't want to spend money, so I'm waiting for me to get that voucher. I can't remember when we usually get it. It must be September time. It has been recommended, like, a couple that we buy. But I have also checked on John Smith's, and most of these books are available too for me to buy. Yeah, I also know a bit more about what my assessments and how I'm marked in this year, so I'm really actually looking forward to my 3rd year now. Actually, I can't wait to get back to uni and get started. So I think this video is going to be basically like me preparing for 3rd year. Oh wow, yes, this is really good. I feel like I should have read this book earlier. So usually when I'm doing things productive, I make a lot of noise as a musician. I'm either practicing an instrument, practicing singing, or things along that sort of lines. But currently there's a baby sleeping downstairs, so I can't do those sort of things. So that'll be the perfect time to crack on with this first book on my reading list and see how far I get. I'm quite excited to read this because I did have a little flick through to see what sort of things it was talking about, and I'm excited. I feel like it'll be good for preparing. I've got a pencil, I've got this, which includes my outliners, so let's get reading. Finished chapter 1. It's really interesting actually, so I'm glad I've started reading this, and I think I'll be excited to read chapter 2. It's going to take me long to read because I'm making notes and stuff, but it seems to be only about 14 chapters, so I mean technically if I did a chapter of this a day I'd get through it in 2 weeks, but maybe I might aim for 2 chapters a day. But I also want to write up notes on each book, so I think I'm going to grab a snack and then I might have a look at chapter 2 then. But I'm going to move downstairs to my desk. I've started working this way, I really want to keep working in this way, so I feel like I'm going to have to buy all the books that I want to read because I just don't get on with making notes on a computer. I have to do it like handwritten. Just received a parcel from Amazon. I may have bought 3 books off my reading list because I wanted to be able to annotate them like I did with this one. Wow, this looks like it's going to be really good actually. It says it takes you through the process of preparation, rehearsal and performance, so I'm quite excited to read it. Actually, this looks like it's going to be really good, but really big, so I'm glad I bought this one now because it's fat and I need to get cracking on it. I've just had more books arrive. Okay, I've just had these 2 arrive. The Actor's Career Bible and the Expressive Actor Integrated Voice Movement and Acting Training. Have a little flick through this. It's got like like exercises in that I can go through and do and stuff, like physical stuff. This is stuff for like my portfolio side of stuff, and learning about agents and self-tapes and marketing myself, networking, building relationships, blah blah blah. 4 books to go through.
and I've still got about 8 more books after that, so yay me.
Thank you so much for preparing my reading list with me. I hope you enjoy and this inspired you to start preparing for your next year of uni. Start preparing, I'm watching you. I know you're procrastinating. Go, now, do it.